everything that you're about to see. So I invite everybody to take this event, this presentation, as a moment to stop and celebrate everything that we've accomplished, as after a tough week of an absolute nightmarish amount of stuff that we've accomplished over the year, it's not good to take a minute to stop and to breathe and to kick that imposter syndrome a little bit into the ground as we move forward into the future and recognize all the amazing things we've done so far. Okay? So all of this, it broke my share. I'm glad I get to be the guinea pig today. There we go. Nope. Good thing I tailored this to be quick and fit into the time, huh? So as we go through this, remember that this is all of us accomplishing this together. And there we go. That sometimes, even when things break, we make amazing things. Okay, so everything that you're about to see here is out of our NERSC Annual Report. You can find it here at nersc.gov/annual report. On that same page is also the 10-year strategic plan. This will be a whirlwind tour of it. Please take a look. There's also sometimes glossy versions of this laying around. I don't know if this one in particular is in the building. For all those in person, you might find one laying around. But
It's coming like any moment now.
okay, so you might see these laying around. Here's the whirlwind tour. Please read the rest of it. This is going to be very brief and fast, so keep us all on schedule, okay? So to start with, by the numbers, we, as Sadiq mentioned, we have a little over 11,000 users across 850 institutions in all 50 states and 46 countries across the world. For those of you who aren't aware, about 50% of all users are students. About 25-ish% are staff or faculty at other locations. You have about 20% being postdocs and 5% vendors or really anything that falls into this other category. For example, occasionally you get government officials actually logging in and trying things out. You can see here our top labs and universities rated by the types of users. For those of you who wish to reflect a little on Perlmutter, perhaps you remember this diagram. Reflecting of Dowden is coming up here soon, and we'll take a look. Remember what's before and what's coming up. We have a breakdown in terms of science and in terms of program office of compute hours at the institution. 1,200-ish projects were put together, over 2,400 publications, 40 million compute hours, and 460 petabytes were stored each year. I'm not sure, but I think someone has actually hit 1% of that stored data. If you're here, feel free to shout it out. I think someone has actually stored over 4.6 petabytes. So if you're storing a lot of data.
Close to that.
There you go.
Yeah. It might be 2%.
Oh, there you go. Sorry. So when you go and worry about how much data we're dealing with, don't worry, you're a drop in the bucket compared to some of our big users. All right, so on to some of the actual celebrations and events. Man, full screen will work a lot better here, but I'll wing it. We had our 50th anniversary celebration. This included our seminar series you can find on YouTube. You can search NERSC at 50 and see all of our seminar series. It also included our annual meeting with our art contest. For those of you who haven't seen the art contest from last year, they make the best backgrounds to literally every device that you have. Look them up and use them. They're absolutely amazing. I got to look at those some more. We built our 10-year strategic plan in 2024. We're now a full year into our strategic plan. It's always good to refer back to what we're trying to do and see what's going on. I invite you to take a read. There are 4 particular areas of focus listed there that you will see reflected throughout our entire NERSC annual meeting. Both the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry as well as a Gordon Bell focusing on complex biological phenomenon ran on Perlmutter in 2024. This happens all the time. Things running on NERSC, you're running right next to Nobel Prize laureates and Gordon Bell prizes using the exact same materials, systems, and architectures in order to make this happen. Team science for the win. IRI had a big year. The IRI Management Council was assembled in 2024, including a wide variety of NERSC staff in both leadership positions and in some of the technical subcommittees. They're all listed there and all the details are in the report. Let's take a look. The NESEP for Pathfinding project also included 6 that were focused precisely on IRI initiatives and built a whole bunch of the prototypes that are going to be the basis of IRI with 3 primary categories. That is streaming, or monitoring jobs as they run and responding to them. AI as a service, they used an NVIDIA cluster to essentially trigger AI as a service for their needs, and API-based workflow orchestrations using the Super Facility API that some of you already are using, hopefully are starting to know and love. AI, the one item in the report that didn't have an associated picture for whatever reason. We had our NERSC AI for Science program that specifically targeted projects to pull in for AI initiatives. 36 projects and about 250,000 GPU hours, including some incredibly big projects listed on the bottom. We also held our Monterey Data Conference with a focus on next generation software architecture and design. For 2024, the theme was Foundations, scientists exploring how to leverage recent computational advancements for data-driven discovery. And in 2025, this past August, it was Integration, or unlocking new modes of scientific discovery by integrating data, AI, and advanced computing. So we're sitting down and contemplating the next generation of everything. Hopefully, quite a few people in this room or on the talk were invited. And if you're not aware, please look out for it next year. Quantum also had a very big year. They launched both their Quantum Computing Access Program, or QCAN, as well as the IBM Quantum Innovation Center to collaborate both with industry partners as well as with users towards quantum computing. If you are working on quantum computing, come find us. We have lots of initiatives to push this forward. And at ISC 2024, the NERSC Quantum team won the Hans Mueller Award, and they were the first winner from a track initiated for quantum computing that won this award. So hopefully establishing a position of leadership, and hopefully you can come to us and look for leadership in quantum computing now and into the future. As Sadiq mentioned earlier, we had our user survey. In the user survey this year, across the board, satisfaction went up. As someone who actively reads every single user comment, I can tell you that the primary reason is you found Perlmutter to be more reliable, more stable, and maintenances to be more on track and within the timeline specified, so you could get more science done on the machine. We appreciate your recognition of this. It's very hard to stand up these big machines. There's lots of moving parts, lots of things to learn and understand and put into position before they be an awesome resource towards science. And we're looking forward to your comments this year. I will read every comment. They do not go to waste. Absolutely send in every thought, every idea, everything that happened throughout the year. They come into good use throughout the year. And finally, the item that is actually not in the annual review for obvious reasons, Doudna. Doudna was announced this year, so it's not in the 2024 annual review. Our first two talks this morning are a presentation towards Doudna, as well as a panel on it. You can ask all kinds of questions about what we're planning for the new system, what we're going to be expecting, what you can do to prepare for it. Doudna has been a rather massive undertaking here at NERSC. Probably something like 3/4 of all NERSC personnel are involved in it in some way, shape, or form. Maybe more. I haven't actually done the count. 3/4 is probably a safe number. In the past year, we have done our call for proposals. We have reviewed those proposals. We have picked a primary vendor that hopefully you all know who it is by now. If not, you're going to find out in just a few minutes. And we have started the process of designing, testing, preparing, and listening to users in order to get the system ready for what you need to do to accomplish your scientific goals. NESAP is also on the list. I just saw Jack in the background. So NESAP has been announced. Our teams are being selected at the moment, and hopefully there'll be some big announcements very soon about who got selected for NESAP towards Doudna. Okay. So that was the whirlwind review to keep it in time and keep us on track. A lot more have been accomplished, but suffice to say, you are the reason that this institution is able to accomplish this much. Team science is really the name of the game here. We share in your frustrations, we share in your accomplishments, we share in everything that you're doing. Please engage with us as much as possible. We absolutely love it. We want to see what's going on in the future. Please respond to the upcoming OAR survey. It should be coming in the near future. We absolutely use those all the time. And thank you so much for being a part of NERSC. You're what makes this an absolutely amazing place to work at for me and all of my colleagues. We look forward to working for you for another year. Welcome to the NUG annual meeting. Thank you.